So are you have a chart you're going to show now?
Oh
Is that
yeah,
what we're going to do?
I got crayons. If you're ready for crayons, if you're not ready for crayons, we can hold it, and I will.
There is no set rule. I think if you've got it, it makes sense here. So hang on, let me I don't have music to cue, but I do have graphics. There you go. Crayons and charts by After the
All
Bell
right.
or by
So first
Arbitrage.
off, all right. Now let me go into this and properly um, uh, frame it. I won't
All
say
right,
narrative.
what are we looking at, Royce?
We're
The
looking at
okay.
CN1 exclamation on TradingView. That is the China A50 index futures. So it's sort of like the S&P 500, but for China, right? And in 2021, basically, they went outside of the arbitrage band system roughly around January 25th, right about the time they lowered our credit rating. Don't remember if you remember that or not. Actually, it happened, I
Yep.
believe, exactly on that date. So that was a very good thing. But since that moment, all they did was sell off. This is on a weekly chart. So all we've been doing is watching this thing fall, right? The good news and the bad news. The good news is if it actually rallies, you can get back up to almost 15,000 from 11,000. The bad news for China, basically, the last fall that started began about 5 or 6 weeks ago when we got that red X on roughly the 22nd of July, and we've been falling. But you notice there's a hook to these candles. Looking back at that hook, the arbitrage band from basically where we started falling in June 5th of this year is getting in position to actually begin a brand new rally. What could potentially hold it up is that one pink line that's sitting out there at 12,168. So that means that's about 500 or 600 points from where we currently are. So we may see a little bit of an uplift, but from where we are, or it may even bounce off of the black line. We want to see. In order for us to get what we want, though, I do believe there has to be a little bit of a fall, and this is why. Basically, volatility has stammered out more or less, for lack of a better word, petered out. And it's basically for us to get over that line, we actually have to drop and hit roughly around 11,650, which is not very far from where we are. Just hitting that mile marker should allow probability to expand and allow us to be ring in a brand new Chinese bull market. That's all I got.
So that's an index, of course, or a ETF, I guess. And so the trick will be knowing which stocks that are even available
Just look
to
up the
do.
A50. You should be able, just like in the S&P
Yeah.
500, get the 500 that are in there. A50, they'll tell you the 50 stocks that are in there.
I know the institutions love for you to just throw it into an ETF so they can play with it, but I mean, if you're trying to do an individual stock, you gotta be a good stock picker in that case amongst the A50.